A life lived in fear is a life half lived.
There you go. That's exactly what we're looking for. More on this coming up after the news. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 8 o'clock on Monday, the 20th of June. Good morning, this is Tina Dahealy. A special train timetable will be put in place from this evening as thousands of rail workers prepare to walk out. EasyJet is cutting more flights over the busy summer period, and Matt Fitzpatrick has become only the third Englishman in 52 years to win golf's US Open. Train services across England, Scotland and Wales will run on a special timetable from this evening ahead of the biggest walkout on the railways in 30 years. Strikes will take place on almost all major lines tomorrow and on Thursday and Saturday, with disruption expected all week. With more, here's our business correspondent, Essex Carr.
Despite a weekend of talks, some train services will start winding up tonight ahead of the first of 3 days of industrial action. Thousands of workers represented by the RMT union are striking over job cuts, pay and working conditions. It'll mean around 1 in 5 trains running on strike days, as well as reduced services on the days in between. Talks between the union and Network Rail have so far failed to find a resolution, with the RMT and the Labour Party calling on the government to step in. The Transport Secretary, Grant Shapps, has described the request as a stunt and insisted he won't intervene.
EasyJet has announced it will cut more flights over the summer. The airline said it would proactively consolidate some services because of operational issues such as airport staff shortages. It had previously expected its capacity over July, August and September to be about 97% of pre-pandemic levels, but that's now being scaled back to 90%. EasyJet insisted customers would be given advance notice of flight cancellations, and many would be able to rebook on the day they'd originally planned to travel. The French President Emmanuel Macron has suffered a serious setback after losing his majority in Parliament. His party Ensemble is still the biggest in the National Assembly, but it lost around 100 seats in yesterday's elections. Lucy Williamson reports from Paris.
This is a new era for President Macron. His centrist coalition is dozens of seats short of a majority and faces stronger, more fractured opposition from either side of the National Assembly chamber. The new Green Left Alliance, led by hard left leader Jean-Luc Mélenchon, is now the largest opposition bloc. On the other side of the chamber, Marine Le Pen's far-right National Rally secured 10 times the seats it had before.
Scientists from 8 of the UK's leading animal health research institutions have been given 12 months to develop new ways to combat bird flu. This year's outbreak of the deadly virus has been the longest and largest ever. Claire Marshall reports.
This latest strain of avian flu, or H5N1, is the most infectious yet. More than 120 outbreaks have hit the UK poultry industry and wild bird populations. The government has given a new consortium of experts £1.5 million and 1 year to discover why this variant has caused such a severe outbreak. The researchers will also be looking to the future to see exactly what measures are needed to stop mutating strains from posing a pandemic threat to humans.
The parents of a brain-damaged 12-year-old boy, Archie Battersby, are returning to court this afternoon to seek permission to appeal against the decision to turn off his life support. Last week, the High Court agreed with doctors at the Royal London Hospital that he was probably brainstem dead. But his parents disagree, and his mother, Holly Dance, says she'll continue to fight for treatment.
He's in there physically for whatever reason, whether it's locked-in syndrome, whether he's paralysed, and there's an injury that's not been sort of looked into. I don't know, but I feel he's in there. I think that nobody, and I mean nobody, has Archie's best interest at heart like a mother.
In golf, England's Matt Fitzpatrick has claimed his first major title with a one-shot victory in the US Open at Brookline. He beat the world number 1 Scotty Scheffler and Will Zalatoris in a gripping battle that went to the final hole. Fitzpatrick, who's 27, is just the third Englishman in 52 years to win the second oldest major.
It's what you grow up dreaming of. It's something I've worked so hard for such a long time, and there was a big monkey on my back trying to win over here, and all they ever talked about was that, and to do it as a major for my first win, there's nothing better.
A study commissioned by the BBC suggests that social media is the main source of news for older children, with TikTok being the most popular platform. The poll of 2011 to 16-year-olds indicates that they trust politicians less than social media influencers to tell them the truth about current affairs. The weather, dry and sunny across much of the UK today. Cloud will gradually spread into northwest Scotland with a few spells of rain. You can expect highs of 23 Celsius in Cardiff, 22 in London, 21 in Belfast and 20 in Edinburgh. That's the BBC News at 8:05.
Thank you very much, Tina.
On the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
Rise and shine.
BBC Radio 2.
Hello, gang. How are we, Monday Wonders? Today, I trust you had a fabulous weekend. Lots of people out and about seeing live music. Isle of Wight Festival, Harry Styles, Queen. What were you doing this weekend? I hope it was fabulous. So, our friend James King Movies. By the way, you need to check out Baz Luhrmann, My Soundtrack Stories on BBC Sounds. Excellent chat with Baz Luhrmann about his life. James is going to remake Baz Luhrmann's Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen, using your suggestions, motivational quotes from movies. Which ones would you use? They're coming in thick and fast. We're loving them. 88 291 on the text. Keep them coming.
Sweet.